Hey everyone, this is Bobo the Vulture, and it's time for more Let's Play Gran Turismo 2. As you recall, last time I was driving around in the Audi TT, and it was a pretty sweet ride, boy howdy. But of course the important thing is we could probably tune it up and get it in pretty good shape for the top-level Gran Turismo League race. Which we finished second place in last time. 443 horsepower, eh? I think we could exceed that with this car. And the question is, can we come real close and not exceed it? Through careful tuning. I don't know. Let's see what happens when we put the biggest turbo possible on it. 325. Okay. It's gonna get pretty boss, this car is. It's gonna be a baller when we're done with it. You better believe, playa. 372. Yeah, we're not going to get to 443, but we're going to be in the right ballpark, folks, which is pretty good news. Also, I forget whether this particular Audi TT is the 1.8 turbo model, but if it is, it's roughly the same engine as you might find in a Volkswagen Golf 1.8T or an Audi A4 1.8T. Sorry, the GTI 1.8 turbo, which I went back and looked up because I didn't want to get it wrong. But that is the GTI 1.8 turbo is the one that you can tune up to the utmost in this game, which is good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to do, and we've done all the weight reduction on it. So let's go ahead and just try competing in the German Cup with this. Excuse me. The German nationals against the Germans. This is how we say goodbye in Germany. And we're going to go ahead and start the race using our automatic transmission. I know, a purist should really be using a manual, but I would venture to say that the majority of Audi TTs ever sold, certainly in the United States, were sold probably with 5-speed Tiptronic transmissions. Tiptronic basically being an auto that had a mode that you could shift yourself. Stay back there, fellows. It is time for me to conquest. That wasn't the best way to go through there, but it was a way that worked. I'm doing pretty well here, but it's generally in this last section where I just get some corners all wrong. That one, for example. And probably this one. Definitely this last corner is always all wrong. But, you know, it's probably not the fastest way through, but at least just sort of kicking the tail out there a little bit and sort of gliding my way through that one, at least doesn't put me in the position of going off track, which seems to happen to me almost every other time I go along that turn in Deep Forest. Deep Forest is an awkward place to drive. Have you ever tried it? Yeah. See, this is overall pretty pleasant. It's a nice, enjoyable drive, considering how fast and what difficult opponentry we're up against here. This has been a very tractable and good car. I am wondering whether or not when we get to the end of this we're going to discover that there was in fact no RUF competing against us. In which case, I guess that's unfortunate, because it means that we didn't get to show that we're the best of all the Germans, but you know what? I'll accept it. Hey, we did beat an RUF! And a BMW 840. I love the BMW 8 Series from that era. The, let's see if we can have a look. Yeah! I mean, it's a big, wide, sort of wedgy... Basically, it evokes, at least to my eyes, it strongly evokes sort of a front-engine, rear-wheel drive sort of body proportions, but with styling cues of the BMW M1, which was it was almost a supercar of sorts. I guess it was a supercar, really, that BMW made back in the late 70s, early 80s. But it only had like a V6, and it wasn't like a super powerful supercar. But it was mid-engined. It was, you know, it had sort of the most advanced sort of engineering and technology that they could put into it. They had a one-make race series for it. I think they got Andy Warhol to paint one, although that might have been the BMW 3-liter S's that were a little older than that. But hey, we done that. Now we can go back to... Oh, I forgot to check what time this was when I started this video. Oh, boy, there's egg on my face. It's a good thing you can't see it and that you're watching the game footage. Huh. So let's go to this special event. I bet we have a pretty good normal style TT for this TT challenge now. Oh, and it's got to be one of those clubman stages. Clubman stages. They get my goat, I tell ya. Not a fan. Suppose this is the nicest of them. I just don't like those unforgiving street course walls. I expect forgiveness. And we would appear to be going through this whole number backwards. Which is alright, you know. That'll happen. It's actually going through this course a lot faster and smoother than I anticipated. Yeah, I remember having heard the Audi TT getting a fair amount of stick in its day. Criticism about being all style, about being too much style and not enough substance, compared with other potential, you know, cars that you might look at in the same area, BMW coupes and such. A lot of that probably comes from the front-wheel drive, sort of derived all-wheel drive drivetrain. Still not getting that turn right. Whereas BMWs are the old rear-wheel drive, which, in terms of performance cars, are what people always think is the best choice. It's like the manual transmission, it's the man's choice. You need to be tough and cool and tough to drive something like that. Yes, you do. That was pretty cool. I just won the TT race. Now they have normal style and racing style. So obviously now we got to go check out the racing style. So we're going to have to leave this championship screen and go back. Once the screen loads up again. There it is. So we're going to have to go find a racing style. So, are we going to go to Tune, or are we going to go to Special? Let's go to Special. Because this is a special Audi TT. So special, it costs more money than I have. So, although really, I feel like if there's a special edition of the car, you should just get the special edition of the car, because it's going to be better, 9 times out of 10, than even the one that you've been able to tune up yourself. Now then. This thing with somewhere above 400 but less than 450 horsepower, does it qualify itself well for any of these special special events? Pure sport, not a pure sports. Well, it's a Grand Tour. You could call it that. We'll see what they have here. If people are upset at the idea of me using this in the race for Grand Tours, I guess I can reconsider, but it's not a pure sports car. I mean, it has a trunk. Does the coupe even have a back seat? It might. It may not be powerful enough to keep up with these guys anyway, so it might all be a moot point. Also, this is definitely way more of a Grand Tour than a Dodge Viper anyway. So, I take back any worries I had about using this car. What is this in first place, anyways? I'm curious and want to find out. RUF! Has the big horsepower advantage here. Also, this car could, in terms of being tuned to be the ultimate pure sports car, could probably benefit from slightly lower gearing, although that's actually not too bad. I broke too late and therefore slowed down too much there. And I'm going to be passed by a Corvette. Be able to I'm not even going to be able to catch up. Be able to finish a solid second. Thing's just too strong. Is there a special cup for RUFs, I wonder? And if so, can I get on board? Oh, that's right, I got one more lap to try. It's a much better job through that turn, but still, the behavior of this car is going to default toward understeer, which through a long corner like that, especially as opposed to a Porsche, is gonna involve the car sort of plowing out and slowing down. And you can see here, though, I can keep up. I went too far out there for sure, but I don't think I was catching this boyo anyways. I don't think any of those boyos were either. Still, it was fun. I enjoyed it. Felt in the thick of it. GTRs, eh? Interesting. I guess those are Gran Tours as well? Sure, why not? Hey, 900 grand. Getting near the $1 million necessary to buy the special racing version of that particular car. Joy. So, alright. Didn't get that. Pure Sports Car Cup, I'm gonna guess, is, yeah, although Trial Mountain, I love me some Trial Mountain. This is all, yeah, other stuff. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go to German land once again. Let's go to RUF. I think there isn't a special cup, but if there was, it would have been fun. Okay, these are all 911s. So, they won't give you information about these. That would reveal too much about what they are. Some may argue that RUF simply modify the products of a famous German sports car maker. The transformation of its road cars is so complete that the company is an official car maker in its own right. Everyone smile and nod. Are you smiling and nodding? You better be. Opel had an event too, didn't it? Opel is a German car manufacturer, even though they're actually a division of General Motors. Here's the Tigra Ice Race car for $500,000. That seems like a lot of fun. Though obviously that won't work for the normal style. We're just going to have to get a regular Tigra for the normal style. So, let's get one that is a color that we can really get behind. Zypressengrün, Ardenblau, Keramikblau, Polarmirblau. Ooh, Polarmirblau actually looks pretty nice on the thing, doesn't it? Tiny Vauxhall Opel Tigra broke new ground when it first appeared in '94. Strikingly designed coupe. Yeah, that's striking somehow. Let's see. Super Mini, 2 doors, 2 and 2 seating. Public went mad for it. Although the Tigra looked like $1 million. Maybe it just doesn't translate here, but it looks kind of funky in this, PS rendition. But yeah, cheap to buy and cheap to run thanks to its basic underpinnings. Well, see, that's nice. I actually like things that are like that. I'm kind of a big fan of the concept of the Volkswagen Karmann Ghia, which was essentially a Beetle with really gorgeous coach-built bodywork over the thing, in a coupe style or convertible. But either way, the faster 1.6 would jog to 60 miles an hour in 9.7 seconds. Wow. Oh boy. So this is the fancier Tigra, huh? Let's go ahead and purchase it and get in it. And then we can spend lots of money making it go. Actually, I should check real quick. Well, first of all, let's see if we can turbocharge it. Can we turbocharge it? We can. Get it up to 195 horsepower, eh? Let's not buy that, though, just in case it can be NA tuned to something higher than 195 horsepower. Almost certainly not. But you never do know. You never can tell. 197. Well, I'll be darned. 197 versus... it was 195, right? Well, who knew, guys? Who knew indeed? This costs vastly more to do. But let's do it. We're totally doing it, guys. Can we boost the displacement? No. We cannot boost the displacement. We can get a computer in here. Hey kid, I'm a computer. Stop all of the downloading. So 204 horsepower. What was the limit for this bottom rung German race? $216. We better enter it now before it's too late. Oh, you know what? I should have put some racing slicks on this. Well, let's see what happens. If we lose, I'll know that that's totally the reason why, and nothing to do with my own incompetence or anything. No sir, no how. Get out of my way, my car looks like $1 million. Yeah. It's light, but yeah, it's sort of... tires are giving up here a little bit. It's light, so it'll dance around a little bit, which is okay. Does kind of understeer a lot. May still be able to come out on top of this particular little battle, though. That'd be nice. What an ugly little sound it makes. Thank you. Oh my god, what's going on? No! People are getting the better of me. I didn't ask for that to happen. I didn't say that was allowed. So I guess Opel and Vauxhall actually share a... I'm not sure if they still do. No, they shared a lot of designs. I'm not sure if they still do. I'm trying to even remember. For a while there, I feel like... I can't remember if it ended up happening, but Vauxhall was in some trouble. Like when GM went through its bankruptcy and was having to close some divisions and stuff, Opel was on the chopping block there for a while. I think they may have gotten out of it, but Opel is it has a history before that, but Opel was the German division of General Motors. No. No. Dut! Right there, really? Wow! Okay. Well, gotta come back after I do a little bit more work to this car. That's fine. I tell you what. I will do that next time, folks. Because this time has been enough time. I'm gonna go ahead and save the game. Overwriting and all. Hopefully this video will take. You never know with these things sometimes. But either way, though, this is Bobo the Vulture. This is Let's Play Gran Turismo 2. When we come back next time, we will fix this Tigra up and send it out there and do some racing goodness.